Hello, this is Lisa and Imagination Sisterhood Studio, and we are coming back to finish up my Trader Joe chocolate bar journal. This is something that I saved the boxes forever thinking that I wanted to do it, and today I am actually making it happen. So in the last episode, I cut the box and collected the papers and stitched in the signature. And now I'm ready to finish it up. And I don't want to do too much on this. I'm trying to keep it simple. I am not the queen of simple. I have a really hard time not doing 9 million things. So I'm trying very hard to back it off and make it simple. All right, so I saved the, this was the closure on the box. And so I saved both of these pieces. This one I left on so that I could put a folding flap on there. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I have my pieces cut, and I have this gorgeous paper from Stamperia. It is coffee and chocolate. It's a pad. You have to buy the paper. It is not a downloadable. The papers are fantastic and gorgeous. I am going to take a piece of this. First, I want to ink it. I've got my pieces kind of cut because I didn't want this to be excessively long. And I think we all know how to, hopefully everyone knows how to measure and cut. So I'm hoping that I didn't need to show that. And I, this time did not show my decision-making process, which I hope that's, no one's sad about that. All right, so we've got this piece, and I'm going to glue this onto this flange. And I have another piece. It was a little scrap that I have left, and so I wanted to use that on the inside. So that'll make a pocket on the inside. So I need to cut this piece off because I don't want it to show. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and I've got it notched and all ready to cut. And I can't make this too fancy because, you know, it's a chocolate box. It's nothing fancy, so I can't line the inside and make it really pretty anyway. It's kind of supposed to be a maybe a whimsical piece, I would say, more than anything. And that is not straight. That's better. All right. Let's go ahead and glue this piece on here. Oops. Let's go ahead and ink this back too. And I was thinking about lining these inside 2 flaps, and I just don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to put some, I've got some bits and pieces of a paper from the same collection, and I think I'm just going to tear it and just kind of do a little something on there. A little something, something. Not a picture. Not a whole cover. All right, so let's go ahead and get my glue and put some glue on here. My glue, there we go. Glue decided to get dry overnight. Sometimes it does that even with the pin on. Somebody was just asking me about that on Facebook. They're like, does your art glitter glue still get dry even with the pin? The answer is absolutely yes. However, no matter how much of a pain it is, I love this glue. This is my favorite glue to use. I like it because it comes with this metal nozzle, and you get this very, very fine stream. And if you're doing, making little tiny pockets, fine pockets, that kind of thing, which I do a lot of, then it takes no space at all to put this, to use this glue. So you don't lose your, any of your pocket size. Where the other liquidy glues, they kind of glom all over the place. So you lose some of your pocket in the inside. So I love the art glitter glue because of the nice little tiny stream. And let's just make sure we're not, nope, that's perfect. Okie doke. That's that. And let's ink this. And like I say, this is just a piece of a piece here, a little cutout, but it happened to be the perfect little pockety piece for the inside of this. Looks like my ink needs some water or something. It's not, so spray this a little bit. Alrighty, and I'm going to round that edge. Where's my cutter? just want to round that edge a little bit. I don't want it quite so square. And we are going to glue that over top of this flange so that you can't see it. Perfect. See that? Look at that little fine line of glue. Oh, I just love that. Makes me happy every time I do it. Like a little party on my page. I'm doing a little dance in my head right now. And put that on there. Wonderful. Okay, now I have these two, and I just kind of decided I don't want to be fussy about this, because I can go all kinds of crazy on this. I decided I just kind of want to leave it the way it is. So I have two little bits of this, which I thought were really pretty, and I think I'm just going to tear some bits of this off and just kind of glue it on a little bit, and it'll just add a little interest. But it's not going to be functional. This piece might be functional. Might make that a pocket. See, that's what happens. I start doing one thing, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. Wouldn't that be way better if it was this, this, and this? And then the next thing you know, I have a journal that's taken me 3 months to make. I'm not trying not to do the 3 month. This was supposed to be a 3-minute project. All inspired by a post I posted on Facebook that this woman had taken a bunch of different jeans and made a gorgeous, gorgeous wall hanging out of it that looked like a picture of a landscape of the hills over the Mediterranean. And all the different jeans made a whole bunch of different houses. And it was absolutely breathtaking. So I feel like I want to duplicate this up here just a little tiny bit. So let's just do this. And some people ask me, or say I don't like to use the same print twice in my journals. Actually, repeating prints is a really good thing to do. It gives a feeling of consistency. It gives a feeling of continuity to your journal. So anytime you can use same colors, same shapes, repeat patterns, bigger and smaller, anytime you can do repetition, it is soothing to the brain. So the person looking at it will like it. It will make it's calming. All right, so we're just going to glue this little piece up here. And that's good enough. And I've already got some little things here. See, I have these little cute little chocolate tags that came with the paper. This amazing, gorgeous paper from Stamperia. I'll stick all the, no, we won't stick that one in there. That's going to be too big. And I might stick a plain piece of paper in there. Just one more sheet of something in there. All right, and then let's go to the back. And what are we going to do back here? This is going to fold over. I'm almost feeling like that might be see, I've got a gap there. I'm almost feeling, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because otherwise I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the whole thing. All right, and this piece, I think I'm going to start way up here. And I'm just going to rip it kind of in an odd shape. And let's ink it. Yeah, I just used a little bit of spray water on my water base ink, and now I'm getting some nice good color out of it. For some reason, it was not working well, and now it looks good. And we're just going to glue that in there, just like we did in the front. Love it, love it. Keep it simple, Lise. Keep it simple. Don't keep adding stuff. My head goes, oh, I could do this. And then I think I've come up with a really simple closure. I've never done it before, so we will see together how it goes. But I think it will be I was going to do eyelets and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I couldn't do easy eyelets. I had to do the eyelets with the fronts and the backs, and it just seemed way too complicated for something this simple. So I'm trying to stay simple. And I'm going to have to do something on the back cover because the back cover of the chocolate box is not nearly as cute and whimsical as the front is. So I already know I'm going to have to do something on that. And I'm going to put just a little tiny bit on the top up here. Again, I'm just repeating it. Just stick this little tiny bit up here. Okay. Pin back on. I wish this had a cap because putting the pin back in is really the hardest part of this. Okay. Oh, I don't like that going that way. We need this going this way. There we go. And I might, you see, that's what I do then. I might even go back in here because I've got all these neat chocolate words. I might put a word like a chocolate in there, but I'm trying to stop. All right, so this can go in here. Will this fit in there? Nope. That chocolate cup is going to be too big to go anywhere. All right, so that's in the back. I'll stuff something in there. Haven't decided what's going in there yet. So that's the back. I could even put a pocket on here if I want to. All right, so now we're ready to do the cover, the closure. And what I thought I would do, I saw somebody else do this. This is not my idea. So I cut a piece of, where is my piece that I cut? Here it is. I liked this pattern. It's the same one I've used in here. So I thought that would make a nice closure thing in there. I'm not sure I like it, but anyway, we're going to go with it. I think I want it a little bit darker. I'm not liking the white contrast with the, that's a little better. It's just too bright for the, too white for the rest of the cover. Yes, I like that better. All right. We are going to glue this on the back. And like I say, the back, I need to put like one of these. I've got these great, oops, bump my thing. I've got all these great pieces on here that I can cut out and cover some of this up long-wise. All right, so I want this to be able to go through there so that it holds. So this is going to be a weird place for the closure because it's not centered, but this is where I want it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is glue this on the back right here. And I think I'm going to glue it a little longer than I need it just because I want to make sure that it is plenty long enough out front. And let me line this up where I want it. And that's where it's got to go, right there. And I'm obviously going to have to cover up that back. We don't want the nutrition information on there, so I'll use one of these adorable prints that I have from this collection. All right, now I'm going to fold this here because I want it to go around that corner of the book. And we're going to fold it here and make a little crease here because I want it to go around the book there. And as you can see, I'm not being fussy about this. I'm not using like my scoring board or anything. I just want it close. All right. So what I thought would be really easy was to make a little tongue tuck. So I had another candy bar box and I cut the cocoa bean out of the middle of it. And I'm going to glue it on here so that you can't tell that it's separate. But I'm only going to glue the top and the bottom, and then this will slide underneath it, and hopefully, I believe that will hold it closed. Let's ink this first. I do not want it to look like it is a separate piece. I want it to look like it came from it. And I am going to put a little bit of glue on the top. And a little bit of glue on the bottom. And glue it right in the same place so you can't tell. And we'll let that dry a second. And while that's drying, the next thing I want to do, let me put my pin in my thing. The next thing I want to do is go back, and I saved the dark chocolate lovers, and I want to put that on the spine because, first of all, I love it, and second of all, it looks way better than what was there before. Because what's there before is just kind of plain. So I'm going to put some glue on that, and it looks like I need to trim just this little bit of edge off. It's still got a bit of the fold on it from the crease of the box. So I think I'm just going to shave that off just a smidge. I just have wanted to do this for so long because the box is absolutely perfect for a journal. It's like it screamed to me, make me into a journal in the perfect size. It would be so cute. And I don't know, Trader Joe's stuff is fun to work with anyway. Their bags are amazing to work with. They've got great graphics on them. Oh, I may cut one of their graphics off the back of one of their bags. That would be fun. All right, let's ink this just so that the cardboard isn't showing through. All right, and we're going to put some glue. I wonder if I can get that little paper off. I want to make sure we're able to glue the whole surface there. I don't want any of it to be questionably glued. All right. Still didn't get all that fold off, but once again, step away, Lise, step away. It's always good for me to do a good enough project because I really struggle with it. And my head wants me to do 9 million more things to make it even better. I can make it even better. All right. Glue that on there. I'm going to hold that way so that it glues really straight and flat because it doesn't want to glue on there very well. Unfortunately, that art glitter glue really glues quickly. For some reason, that just is not wanting to hold, so let me hold it down another minute. There we go. Nope. Wow, I've never had art glitter glue not glue immediately. I may have to go back and do a second gluing on that. All right, so let's see if my tab is going to work. So this goes in here and pushes through. It worked. I love it. Okay, so we've got the cover, we've got the closure, which I love. Let's go back here on the back. Might as well leave that closed. Now that glue is just, for whatever reason, does not want to stick. I wonder if there's some kind of surface on the finish, on the cardboard of this, that's keeping it from staying finished. All right, let's go into my paper pack and see if I can find something clever that's going to go the whole length here. Because I need something that's... See, the problem is making it work with this green. I don't have... This is very vintagey looking, and this is very kind of whimsical. And I fear it is going to be a little rough to get that to work together. There was a Cadbury thing. Does that work? Let me see if that works. No, don't like that. That works. I don't even know what that is. Let's see if we cut that out, if that works. It would cover part of it anyway. Let's cut this out. No, I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm just going to have to find something brown. Something brown. Oh, I got this. No, just not liking the vintagey look with that. Let's see. No. I think that's going to work. All right. So let me cut this out first. And then I think, much like I did on the inside cover, I'm going to tear it so that it half covers the back and half does not. And that way it'll just cover that nutritional information. Like that. Okay, I think that's going to work. And I think I'm going to glue it where I want it and trim it. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so what's the best way to do that? I think the best way to do that is to put the glue on here. Oh, let me ink this first. Okay. And then I'm going to put glue around the edge here because I know I want it to go to the edge. And I definitely want it to cover up all of that labeling and this stuff. There we go. Pin. Oops. There we go. It's got to go over. And then let's just go in here and trim this off. Gonna be a little tricky trim around that tab, but we let it. Okay, looks like I need to trim a little bit more here. And a little bit more up the top. Oh my, and a whole bunch more down here on the bottom. And then let's use a little ink. Inky dinky do. Nice, just stuck my finger right in the ink. I'm always showing up places with inky fingers. The purple, red. Feel like a little kid. All right. Oh, and look how it caught that little bit of that black. That's awesome. Dreamy, dreamy, I love it. Let's make this the same up here. Give it some more of that inky look. Somehow this is cut really crooked here. Not happy about that. Let's see. What did we do? Oh, I see right there. There's just a little, got a little skinny piece hanging up there. There we go. Yeah, and if I use some extra ink on here, then it inks the whole. And there we go. A Trader Joe's chocolate bar journal. I can put some things in here. We've got all of our pages. Got a flip out. Stick something in here. Pretty back. Got the cover thing there in the back. Thanks so much for joining me for this project. This is Lisa at Imagination Sisterhood Studio.